Did you know if you look up Pursuer in the App Store, you get The Dark Pursuer by Digital Secrets? It's got a 3-star rating, 5 million downloads, and M for mature. The top reviews are impressive graphics, multiplayer issues, and paid matchmaking. How do you pay to matchmake? That kind of sucks. Man, Die of Death fell off. Oh yeah, I'm talking about Die of Death today. I've been playing a lot of Die of Death, and the game is pretty fun and silly, so I wanted to make this video to show my appreciation for it. If you haven't played Die of Death, I really recommend it. It's really fun. It's a little more chaotic than most asymmetrical games. You can die as killer pretty often in Die of Death. If you don't know what Die of Death is, and you came here from my Forsaken videos, then just go play Die of Death now. Like all other games I talk about, it's free on Roblox. Die of Death was originally created as a parody of Forsaken, but the game kind of took off and became more of its own thing. For example, all of the Die of Death killers are original characters, however they are loosely based on Roblox concepts. This is a retro slot game after all. There isn't as many skins in Die of Death compared to Forsaken, however every skin is pretty much their own character. I can't think of a single skin that doesn't have a unique chase theme. Also, while recording this, I didn't know if I should have hitboxes on or off. In my other series, I have them off just to showcase the skin more, but Die of Death starts you out with hitboxes on, so I don't know what people are more used to and what people would rather see. I'm fine with whichever. So throughout this video, my hitboxes switch from on and off. Tell me which one you like more in the comments. So for my next Die of Death video, I'll just go with whatever. Also, if Pursuer is watching this, hi Pursuer, hi! Okay, onto the skins. Pursuer is an original creation by Saucify, and their design is inspired by low-quality Roblox horror models of the late 2000s. You can kinda tell Pursuer is meant to look as scuffed as possible. His body's a solid texture, and his face decal isn't even cropped correctly. By the way, if you think the face he has looks familiar, it's because it's taken from this image. If I want to be more specific with Pursuer's history, he was originally based on the game Hospital Nightmare 3, which you can see in Pursuer's render. The game is from the early 2010s, and is a super low-quality horror game. If you were 7 though, this would scare you, right? Saucify must have kept it in their mind for a while, as in early 2025, Saucify made Game with Killers. I don't think you could actually play it without Saucify being in your game, but imagine Die of Death but worse. The game only had one killer, being Friend Bro. Some months passed, and Game with Killers eventually became Die of Death. And Friend Bro became Pursuer. They're not actually the same character, as you'll soon see, but you can definitely tell that this inspired this. I don't want to go into Pursuer's lore, just because if I did, I'd have to go through pretty much all of the Die of Death lore. For now, think of Pursuer as just a hungry animal who could only eat
fresh meat.
I'll try to cover more of his personality in his mastery skin. Pursuer has 3 abilities. One where he turns invisible, another where he roars, and a final one that just has him slash with his sword. There's no references to pull from here, besides from his stock ability, which has him lean into his scuffed Roblox model theme even more. Last reference I could find on this guy is pretty obvious, and that's in his chase theme, which has samples from the classical song Clair de Lune by Claude Debussy. This is Heat. The song also has harmonica in it. That's not really referencing anything. I think in lore he just has a harmonica. Okay, onto the skins! Pretty much every killer besides from Artful has a skin like this. It inverts the character's colors as well as making their name mean the opposite of what it originally was. So Pursuer is now Avoider. I don't really know why he's still killing people. I tried to make the gameplay in the background seem more lore accurate just to showcase what true Avoider players should be doing. It's easy to see why this is Pursuer's cheapest skin, but even though it's just a palette swap, there's still some references here. specifically in their chase theme, which really just seems like a remix of Kevin MacLeod's Sneaky Snitch. I'll put them side by side so you can hear the motif. The theme also includes soundbites from You Are an Idiot, as well as replacing Pursuer's harmonica with a kazoo. Classic turns Pursuer into his previous design in Game with Killers. His name is Friendbro, and he's got retro animations. I guess this wouldn't count as an older design for Pursuer, as Friendbro does have a different moveset than Pursuer in Game with Killers, but this guy's definitely related to them, probably. Classic's chase theme is a remix of his chase theme back in Game with Killers, which was the song A God's Anger by Mark Mathers. I can't play it due to copyright, but I will play the remix that Classic uses in Die of Death. In 2011, Roblox user Delicious Baked Pie made a game titled Survive Your Horrors. The game places you in a very simplistic lobby, with buttons on the ground displaying your horrors. Touching any of the buttons will teleport you to that horror's domain, so you can face that horror. There really isn't any gameplay here. You can't fight the horrors or anything. The description for the game says the objective is to survive, but that's really easy. Sometimes the horrors won't even try to attack you to begin with. They'll just be hugging the walls trying to attack other horrors. Anyways, one of the horrors is the Rake, which is the only one to have a unique animation, I think, not counting this. They're also in the thumbnail for the game, making them the star of the show, I guess. In Die of Death, they make the Rake a skin for Pursuer, and change his name to Phantasm. The skin doesn't really change anything about Pursuer in-game. It does give him unique sounds whenever he goes into his stalk, which I think is the same sound that Funny Mouth makes in this game. Also, Funny Mouth and a lot of these horrors are locked behind this Game Pass wall. I bought the Game Pass for this video, but I just got scammed because this thing was not opening. I had to glitch myself inside by using eDance. I will never forgive my horrors because of this. This skin gives Pursuer the appearance of a zombie. If you played Roblox back in 2015, you definitely know how much people loved zombies. There's still a lot of popular zombie games today, but for some reason back then, everything had to do with zombies. It could be the most basic tycoon ever, and boom, now you have to kill zombies. In Die of Death, the zombie doesn't really seem to be based on any specific zombie. It may just be something Saucify found in the toolbox, I don't know. Zombie's chase theme is referencing the song Gothic by Zero Project, which was used a lot in old Roblox, especially in horror zombie games. Fun fact, the creator of the song didn't even know Roblox was a thing until 2022. You should all follow him. I want to see this man become a crazy Roblox veteran. Some Die of Death skins have variants, which are just like more skins. They seem to be related to the first skin, and sometimes they share the same chase theme and sound effects. This variant gives Pursuer a different zombie appearance, as well as just completely changing their animations, making this zombie more superior. Both the default zombie and Zombie 1 share the same zombie ability sounds, as well as the same chase theme. I forgot to mention the sounds their abilities make, I guess. but they just replaced Pursuer's roar and stalk with sounds from Black Ops Zombies. You know how I said zombie might have been taken from the toolbox, but I didn't know? Well, this variant of a skin is. Saucify actually does this a lot, where he'd find a free model on the toolbox and then just add it as a skin. I can't find a game that this zombie is in. The render and description reference the game Pinewood Laundromat, but this zombie isn't actually in that game, unfortunately. This skin has to be referencing something, I just can't find it. No way it isn't based on a game, right? The description says Wave 1, so this has to be a game. If it's somehow not a game, then it's still a good skin. It has unique sounds and animations separate from the other zombies. Zombie 2 also wields a zombie staff, which is a Roblox gear that spawns zombies, which you can see in their render. Due to their face and staff, I could only assume this zombie is supposed to be a commander/leader zombie of sorts. I don't know. If you know what this is referencing, please comment it. In 2010, user Maximum ADHD made Stalker Reborn, an asymmetrical horror game where you and a group of gunmen have to track down and kill the Stalker before the Stalker kills you. The game is pretty fun, and it's sad to see it as dead as it is. At least we got the Stalker in Die of Death, where they are pretty much their own character. They got unique animations and a unique roar, which is the same subspace trip mine sound that the Stalker makes in Stalker Reborn. The Stalker also has voice lines, which is fun. They love telling you that you're next. Also, the Stalker does have their own chase theme, however, I don't really think it references anything. I think it's just its own song. Anyways, we love the Stalker. Mequot, much like Zombie 2, originates from the Roblox toolbox. Basically, Saucify goes through free models, thinks one is funny, and then adds it. And funny it is. You can tell this model is supposed to be placed in a horror map or something just to have him dying on the ground as an NPC. I don't really know why he's telling you not to kill him though. Like, okay, where would you actually use this? Because like, okay, imagine this. You're walking around in a mansion. You think there's a killer stalking you. And then you see this guy on the ground, who presumably got attacked by the guy stalking you. You walk up close to him and he says, "Please don't kill me." What? I just got here. You know I didn't do this. Or maybe it's like, you're the monster? Like you black out and wake up to this guy yapping? I don't know. Either way, that scenario doesn't exist in Die of Death because Mequot is an actual canon character in DoD. And he's immortal and just has a sword in him. I could end the segment here because he just is a toolbox creation, but he does have a lot of effort put into him. A unique chase theme, different animations that make him hold the sword in him, as well as a different screaming man sound whenever he roars. I want to talk about the chase theme for a bit, as it's full of samples that reference a bunch of random things. I'm gonna play the song and then just kinda like cut to the things it's sampling. Skip to the next timestamp if you already know the references or you just don't care, because I'm not going to be yapping during this. And also, I do think that this chase theme has the most references in it compared to every other Die of Death chase theme.
Like XDs in it, so the ingredients are it's got I think
Drop Noli, or make a new insanely detailed dev killer. New insanely detailed dev killer.
This guy doesn't have a unique intro animation, or just like any intro animation. I think it's bugged, so just don't worry about it. Staying on the topic of chase themes, this variant of Mequot gives him his appearance in his chase theme music video. He's just a visualizer in the theme, and I don't really know why he looks like this. I'm glad he does though, because now we have this skin thanks to that video. The skin has unique animations, and it'd be really funny if it had its own chase theme, just because it would make no sense. Anyways, this skin's awesome, go get it. The Scary Maze game was a free desktop game released in 2003 that placed you in a very simplistic maze. The goal was to get your square to the red square without touching any of the walls. If you touched a wall, then you'd just get sent to the beginning. Pretty basic. Anyways, if you got to the third level, the maze would look like this. It's pretty hard, and even if you managed to get past this asthmatic lung of a level, you'd get jump scared at the very end, even if you touched no walls.
Booga booga!
The jump scare would be this picture of Reagan from the Exorcist movie. It's a pretty popular jump scare that really grew in popularity thanks to this game. Because of the jump scare at the end, it started a trend of people absolutely destroying their monitors. I don't care if most of these monitors cost like 2 cents at Goodwill, they're funny. You've definitely seen some if you've been on the internet for a while. Or if you just like watched America's Funniest Home Videos or something. Anyways, in Die of Death, the Maze Guy's description is referencing this trend. So yeah, Maze Guy is themed around the Scary Maze game, giving them the same color scheme as well as making their face the same as Reagan's face from the jump scare screen. The chase theme for this skin doesn't really reference anything. It does sample a scream, but it doesn't seem to be the same scream that the Maze game uses. Maybe it is though, and it's just a bit crushed to oblivion. This is a variant of the last skin based off another very popular maze game, being the world's hardest game. You know this game if you've ever been on Newgrounds, Cool Math Games, Addicting Games, Congregate, Stickpage, or just Roblox, I guess. The game is a pretty hard maze that's pretty similar to the Scary Maze game, but without the scary and with more banger music. The song from the game being remixed in the skin's chase theme. I don't know why it is, because this is a variant of a skin, therefore you'd think it'd have the same song as the original, but you know, it's fun anyways. I'm glad this variant has its own music, because it bangs. Clawsguy, much like Mequot, originates from the Roblox toolbox. I don't feel like this segment should be very long. His name is what he is. Just look at the description for this guy. He's got unique animations, unique sound effects, and his chase theme goes hard. What else could you ask for in a skin? This skin is a variant of Clawsguy, and gives them a saw blade theme. This one wasn't taken from the toolbox, and instead was a skin submitted in the official Die of Death Discord server. So if you have a cool skin idea, you should definitely go check that out. Anyways, Seesaws has custom animations and stuff, but keeps the same sound effects that Clawsguy has. At the beginning of this video, I said I was going to explain more of Pursuer's lore, but his mastery skin doesn't really explain much. Okay, so you get this skin once you get 250 kills as Pursuer, and it blings him out, giving him a green chain, as well as brass knuckles. Bling Pursuer has unique animations and a unique chase theme, which is a remix of Pursuer's default theme. Not really any references here. Whenever he stalks, he does make this sound though.
Am I really gonna defile this grave for money?
Maybe in lore, Pursuer pursued his goals enough to become as rich as this skin? I don't know. That's the video. Thanks for watching. I don't really have anything else to say. If you liked the video, then like or subscribe. I did say or, so you could only do one, you can't do both. First, I want to thank the Die of Death Wiki. They were great when compiling images for this, so I would not have been able to make this video without them. And then I want to thank Reckless Foot for the thumbnail. For this specific Die of Death series, I would like the thumbnails to be drawn rather than just me hastily like pasting PNGs on a white background. As fun as that is, I would like this one to be a little more personalized, I guess. And if this video does well, then my next Die of Death video will be on Artful. If it does well, I hope it does. That would make me very happy so I can just talk about Die of Death more. I've been wanting to say this in my other videos, but a lot of the people who follow me on Roblox, sometimes I just join their games and actually jump scare the hell out of them because I think it's funny. So if you want to meet me in Roblox, do not join my Discord server. Just follow me on Roblox or something. That's my video. I don't have anything to give you. So what do you guys think?